Now in this video, I'm going to be summarising chapter 5 from this book called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. Now this book's about 21 great ways to stop procrastinating and get more done in less time. And if you haven't watched my previous video where I summarised chapter 4 from this book, then make sure you go ahead and watch that video first by clicking here. In addition to that, if you want to pick yourself up a copy of this book so you can follow along with each chapter, then I've also left the link in the video description box down below. With that said, let's get straight to it. So chapter 5 is about practicing creative procrastination. Now I've never heard of this concept before reading this book, but it's based around the fact that you can't do everything that you have to do or that you want to do. So you're going to have to procrastinate on something. Now everyone procrastinates, we all do it. But the difference with high performers is that they choose what to procrastinate on. So since you're going to have to procrastinate anyway, why not procrastinate on low value activities and delegate or outsource or even eliminate those activities that don't have much of a contribution within your life? Simply put, get rid of the tadpoles and focus on the frogs. Now Brian Tracy goes on to say, in order to set priorities, you need to set posteriorities. Now, sorry if I'm saying the N word a little bit weird. It's a new word for me. I've only just learned it from the book and it's a bit of a mouthful. Posteriorities. I think that's right. Anyways, the point is that a priority is something that you do more of and sooner. And a posteriority is something that you do less of and later, if at all. Now, the word no is one of the most important words in time management. So you want to say no to anything that's not a higher value use of your time and life. Saying no also avoids agreeing to something that's against your will. How many times have you found yourself doing that? Saying yes to something just to please other people. Just because you don't want to be awkward. Just because you don't want to have any tension with someone. By doing that, all you're doing is making yourself unhappy. So when you need to say no, just say no. Now you want to be firm when saying no to get your point across, but you also want to be polite at the same time. For example, if somebody asks you to do something, but you don't want to do it or you can't, just simply say, no, you can't do that. Or no, I don't have the time to do that. And if someone decides to take you saying no to them in a personal way and they get offended by it, you can't control that. That's their problem, not yours, and you're going to have to be comfortable with that. Because if somebody gets offended or gets hurt or thinks you've been rude to them just because you've said to them that no, you can't do something or you don't have the time, don't you think that says a lot about their character? If they knew you that well, they would understand. They would get it. You're busy or you're doing stuff or you can't do it right now. Now, before we move on, my name's Luke and this channel is all about personal development and I'll be sharing the things I've learned and continuously learn. So if you enjoy content around trying to improve yourself, overall personal development, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now, creative procrastination is the act of thoughtfully and deliberately deciding upon the things that you're not going to do right now, if at all. So you want to procrastinate on purpose when it comes to low value activities. And you want to spend that time on activities and tasks that can have a big difference within your life. Now, this is not something that you set and forget. You want to continuously analyze tasks and activities within your life that you can eliminate, get rid of, or even reduce without it having that much of an impact within your life. An example that Brian Tracy gives us in the book is this. A friend of mine was an avid golfer when he was single. He liked to golf 3 or 4 times a week, 3 to 4 hours each time. Over a period of years, he started a business, got married and had 2 children. But he still played golf 3 to 4 times a week until he finally realized that his time on the golf course was causing him enormous stress at home and at the office. Only by abandoning most of his golf games could he get his life back under control. Now, another example that I want to give you, which is a personal one, is this. Now, I used to spend a bit too much time indulging in leisure activities when I should have really been spending my time on tasks that were far more important, that would have had greater consequences within my life, positive consequences. In other words, I wasn't eating my biggest frog. I was wasting my time with other things. i.e. procrastination, could have been fear, could have been laziness, many things. But the point is, I was spending too much time doing things that wasn't contributing towards my success, towards my life. But over time, I forced myself, and I mean forced myself, outside of my comfort zone, out of that comfort bubble, the bubble wrap, the cotton wool wrap. I forced myself out of that and reduced a lot of my leisure time, which wasn't contributing towards my future. And I started to focus more of my time on the important things within my life, my biggest frog. Now, just to be clear, this does not mean that you stop all of your leisure activities or the things that you enjoy in life. All it means is that if you're spending too much time on leisure activities, you're spending too much time indulging in things that are not having any impact or are not contributing towards your life goals, towards your future, then something clearly needs to change. Look, we all want to indulge in our comforts. We all want to just kind of take it easy and sit back and relax. But things don't get done that way. So going forward, continuously review your life and work so you can find time-consuming activities and tasks that you can either get rid of or reduce. For example, cut down on watching TV and instead spend that time with your family, or reading a book, or going to the gym, or learning a new skill. Something that's going to add value to your life, something that's going to contribute to your future, to your overall success and to your goals. And look for things that you can delegate or eliminate, which can then free up more time so you can spend that time working on things that will actually make a difference, that will have an impact within your life. At the end of the chapter, Brian Tracy gives us 2 actionable steps, which I'm going to read now. The first step: practice zero-based thinking in every part of your life. Ask yourself continuously, if I were not doing this already, knowing what I know now, would I start doing it again today? If it is something that you would not start again today, knowing what you know now, it is a prime candidate for abandonment or creative procrastination. The second step: examine each of your personal and work activities and evaluate it based on your current situation. Select at least one activity to abandon immediately, or at least deliberately put off until your more important goals have been achieved. With that said, if you want to know what I personally do to stop holding myself back in life, then make sure you click here, where I shot a video on that exact topic called How to Stop Holding Yourself Back in Life.